it's Alexis Jaeigh, and y'all, I'm back with another video. As you see from the title, today's video is a part of the Healing Diaries, so I hope y'all are prepared for today. It's about forgiving, okay? And don't forget to check out this fire wig install, y'all. Like, look at it. Oh my gosh. Like, the color, it's just complimenting my skin on different levels, and I'm loving it. So yeah, the link will be in the description box of this video as well. And please do not forget to check out www.ajmothertruckandjewels.org. You can get lashes, beautiful accessories, Pandora bracelets. Please come check out this wonderful sale that I have going on, y'all. Everything is like $2, between $10 at the most. So catch out this sale. And also these lashes came from there as well, y'all. So come on, check it out, check it out, check it out. And also click the link in the description box as well to help you get there. And I will directly link these lashes too. So yeah. And now let's get into this video, because this is something that's very important. And it's something that we need to take care of ourselves with when it comes to being on this healing journey. So yeah, let's get into it, my beautiful, beautiful people, okay?
Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing.
Now, before we do start this video, if you haven't already, please pause this video. Go to episode number 1 on understanding what healing is. And you really have to understand what healing is. You have to be ready and willing to start this journey. Now, I know you're probably thinking, like, why should you even be forgiving a person or the trauma? And, like, what's your purpose of doing it and what does it benefit? And honestly, that's a great question if you ask me. You're doing this for yourself, your mental health, your growth, and to heal from your trauma. It's a way for you to lift that burden up off your shoulders, because it can be something that's so heavy. It can stop you from functioning from day to day. Like, it can be on your mind 24/7. It can affect the way you sleep, the way you eat. It can affect so much. It's just not good to keep all those emotions bottled in, especially when you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to, or if you feel like you've been expressing your feelings in a totally wrong way, like you just been pushing away people, or you just been going to social media just sharing stuff. It's so much, y'all. Something can get overly bottled up on the inside like that. You tend to spaz out on people, or you tend to start thinking like negative type of thoughts, and that is not good. It's unhealthy. And with the healing journey, our goal is to become the most authentic version of ourselves, to love ourselves, realize what our value and what our worth is, and see growth in ourselves. Now, I want you to repeat after me. I give myself permission to heal. I am willing to be at peace with myself and everyone. I am healing gently. I allow myself to give and to receive love. I trust that everything in my life is unfolding perfectly. I release the past and trust that everything is happening for my greater good. I am strong and resilient. I am determined to cure my wounds, soul, mind, and to see things differently. I deserve peace to ensure my well-being. It is time to move ahead, to discover the purpose of my existence and my own truth. Now, if you want to, you can pause this and you can rewind this video so you can do positive affirmations, because we all need that great positivity in our life, y'all. Because life itself is already hard, and when you're going through stuff, it just makes it 10 times worse. Understand that life is really not easy, but in order for you to have a good life, you have to go through things. But if you don't go through things in life, then your life will not be easy once it's time for you to actually start experiencing circumstances. Now, let's get into the definition of what forgiving actually means. And I have 3 definitions for you to use. The first one, to cease blame. Number 2, Stop holding resentment against. And number 3, to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone that caused you trauma. So the steps for forgiving. I have 6 steps that will be helpful for you along this healing journey, because in order for us to heal, we have to accept the situation for what it is. And it's like once you accept the situation, that's where you can really forgive that person for or that trauma for what it has done for you. Because once you realize that it no longer has access to you, you start doing much better physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. So I want to say this. The first step into forgiving is acknowledging that you are actually hurt about the situation. Literally. And I want y'all to ask yourself this question. And I want y'all to be so honest with yourself. You put everything out there so you can start releasing these emotions. Because once you start releasing these emotions, you start feeling better. So much better. Y'all, after I made that first video, I felt so good. I can't say I don't cry about the situation, but I don't cry for real about it. I can look at the person and I can feel like nothing ever happened, honestly. And that's how I know that I'm starting to forgive them. Because honestly, I really don't know why they did what they did. And I can't be delusional about it either. But anyways, I want y'all to ask yourself this question. What happened? Why did this happen, in your opinion? How does it make you feel? Go into detail. You can talk to yourself about it for real. But go into detail about how does it actually make you feel. Y'all, when I say in my last video, that healing diary, it was my inner self. When I woke up crying, y'all, it was my inner self coming out and expressing herself. But I'm thankful that she did come out so we can get this journey started. Go ahead, finish with this journey, because y'all, I got so much love on the inside that no matter how hurt I get, I will continue to love like nothing ever happened. And I feel like that's part of my downfall, but it's okay because I'm a lover person. God put so much love inside me, it don't make no sense. So with that being said, I want you to also to ask yourself, why did it affect you like the way it did? Ask yourself these questions. And I want y'all to keep in mind, be honest with yourself when you ask yourself these questions, because it is very crucial. On this journey, you have to be so self-aware of who you are. You have to be so honest with yourself. You have to be as honest can be. Honestly. Now that you have asked yourself these questions, please keep in mind, it is very crucial that you go into detail. You find out exactly what it is that's going on with you. And you find out what it is that's actually hurting you. We have to heal ourselves. We have to grow ourselves. And us hindering ourselves by allowing people to have access to us that caused us wrong and who hurted us, it's not going to work. With some things are just so small that years on down the line, you'll look at it and start laughing because you'll be like, oh my gosh, I really was crying about this. Come on now. Come on. After you ask yourself these questions and you answered it honestly, are you feeling better or do you feel worse about it? That's a good question. It's so important that you validate your emotions. During this time, it's okay. It's like a grieving process. You can't really put yourself down because you're going through this. I mean, who knew it was going to happen? Who knew? Life has so many unexpectedness. While you are on this journey, do not judge yourself. It is not okay to judge yourself. It's not okay to put yourself down and doing anything but adding on to the stress, to that trauma, to that hurt, to that lonely feeling that you are feeling during this journey. So make sure you stay in a positive attitude, my love, because I understand what it feels like to be so hurt. And it's like you try to put the blame on yourself, but in actual life, sometimes it's not your fault. Don't be so hard on yourself, because this journey, it's a process. Not everything happens overnight. It's okay to cry, to feel what you are feeling. It's okay to feel like you didn't do your all. It really is okay. This is a safe space. This is the space for you to be as honest with yourself as honesty can be. This is the time for you to acknowledge that you are really hurt about the situation. This is the time for you to say, like, it is what it is at this point, for real, and you have to keep on going. You cannot stop right here, because life goes on. Regardless of how much you want to give up, it still goes on. And that's the crazy thing you have to think about with life. It's okay, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. We are here to grow. We are here to become the best version of ourselves while we are on this healing journey. Whatever the case may be for you, I pray that you heal from it. Not every day will be sunshine and rainbows. Yes, some days you are going to cry. Yes, some days you are going to feel happy about what it is that's going on. But at the same time, you have to remember that you are the person. You have to remember to stay positive. Go relax your mind. Go out into nature. Do not lock yourself inside of this dark hole. Because it's like once you get in that dark hole, you just keep on sinking and sinking and sinking into the bottom. And it's like once you try to start climbing your way to the top, it's like it's so hard. And I don't want you to go down that spiraling pathway, because y'all, I have been there before. Joy comes in the morning. You cannot be so down about things, for real. I don't know what exactly you are healing from, but I just pray that this journey is so good to you. Like, yes, it's okay to deal with your emotions. Once you do that, you have now graduated to my next step of forgiving. Step number 2, forgiving is not forgetting. It's not you making excuses or condoning in those offenses that hurt you or cause you the trauma, for real. So don't make excuses for the way that you're feeling. Especially if you got that woman's intuition, and they be telling you from the get-go. Or either you receive those signs beforehand and you never really paid attention to it. Remember, in life, we all learn lessons, whether we learn it the easy way or the hard way. When you forgive someone, it can help you on so many levels. Once you start forgiving people for what has happened, you start to understand that these feelings and that this forgiving can help you repair the damage that has been done. But you have to remember these effects that they have caused you. Like, you can forgive them, but you can't forget what has been done, especially when you try to go back. If they did it once, they'll do it again. And they'll do it again. And again. And again. And you have to try your hardest, especially in the beginning of the healing stage. You have to try your hardest to not let this hinder you in any type of way, because opportunities can be presented to you in so many forms during this stage. And you can meet so many people during this stage. Listen to me when I say you can miss out on your blessings this way. You have to lead with your heart and not with your mind. I know your mind is telling you, no, you can't do this, and you can't do that. But listen to what your heart is saying. Because in the Bible, it's telling you to lead with your heart and not with your mind. Walk with the Lord and not be conformed to the world. It's a way for us to learn to stop being so angry and to stop letting us harbor these feelings that's being built up on the inside. Because listen to me when I say, once these emotions start building up and building up, you can go into like a mental crisis, because one thing can affect another. And once you know that you gave yourself and that you were the best that you can be, like, y'all, that's what makes this process so much easy. This leads me to the next step. Forgiveness is an action, not a feeling. Your goal is to forgive the trauma regardless of what happened, regardless of what the outcome was, is to forgive. And if you're a Christian, it's a way for you to come back closer to God. No matter how much damage that was caused, it's a way for you to grow, to be more self-aware of who you are, and not to allow your feelings and your emotions to prevent you from moving on. It may seem crazy at how fast this part of life may go, because I promise you, during the healing stage, so many people will come in and out your life. But it's the ones that's willing to stay there with you, regardless of how rude and how mean you are being to them. It's the ones that's actually willing to work with you. And it's so crazy, but God do things for a reason. Once you realize that the situation doesn't affect you anymore, and once you learn why God did what he did, God do things for a reason. You may not know why it's happening, but it's happening. It's okay. It's probably because you were scared to do something that you never done before. It's probably because he's about to elevate you. Because as soon as one door closes, it's so many more doors that will open. It's like you broaden your perspective of life. But don't be afraid of this journey. Please do not. Because, honestly, your emotions will be all over the place. One minute you'll be happy, the next you'll be sad. It's you knowing that you are stable. And stability is something that we want in this journey. And it's okay to acknowledge the fact that your emotions are what your emotions are. It's okay for that inner person on the inside of you to come out and to truly show who they are, and to show you what exactly you are feeling. Because the life things keep on going, and it's like when you want to feel something, but you can't, because there's nothing to feel. And that's a good indication that you are healing. It's allowing you to know that trauma no longer has access to you the way that it did before. It's when you know that you want to do something, but you hold yourself back because you know it's not even worth your time. And once you know that God got you on so many different things, God has done some things for me, and I cannot hate. I cannot be mad. All I can do is be grateful and thankful that God is doing exactly what he is doing. God has been guiding. And it's helping you to accept that you can't change things. And it's helping you to accept the fact that you can't change the past either. Once you learn what the truth is, you will never look back. Because in order for you to move on, the next step of understanding that you don't need to make excuses for what it is or for why it happened, you have to be emotionally, physically, and spiritually smart about things. Regardless of how much it may hurt you, you eventually will have to say goodbye. Releasing things that you can't control. Because once you start releasing those things, once you start letting God handle the battle, once you start allowing God to work such wonders in your life, it's so unexplainable. Before, I used to be so mad, so bitter, so rude. I used to let everything build up. It's like I used to let everything bottle up on the inside, that when it was time for me to actually release it, it was like I was a balloon flying all over the place, letting everything come out, not caring who it hurted or what it hurted. It's like the saying, hurt people hurt people. I was tired of hurting other people when they didn't deserve it, all because of the way I was feeling. Step number 4, forgiveness is a process. It may not happen overnight. Sometimes it can. It may happen over a couple of months, a couple of weeks, a couple of days. It just depends on your mental state and how well you are able to cope with your emotions and how well you are able to just get through what you're going through, honestly. It's important to understand when it's time for you to start forgiving this trauma. You have to understand that you cannot force it. Please do not force yourself to forgive only because you feel like it's right. You have to know with your heart know with your heart, then you feel like you are ready to actually forgive. When you feel like the situation has done so much to you that you're just ready to be done with it, when you're just ready to drop it, that's how you know when you are ready to forgive. That's how you know you have accepted that the trauma no longer has no control over you. But it does take time, and it does take the patience. It takes your mindset. It takes you being willing to do what you want to do. So you have to remind yourself to be kind to yourself while you are on this journey. We tend to be hard on ourselves when it comes to doing things like this. If you start telling yourself negative things like, why are you being so rude to him? You know, when you have every right and you have every reason to be so rude towards the trauma. But in actuality, it's just hindering you at the same time. I feel like once you stop letting it affect you the way that it is, it's like you have lifted off so much burden. It's nothing holding you down. Once you get to that state, once you get to that being, once you get to that mindset of freeness, you just feel so free. It just feels like you cannot let nothing touch you, like nothing can get to you, honestly. So be patient and believe that you are doing the right thing, that you are on the right journey to healing, because it's what's helping you in the long run of things. Also, with this step, if you feel like you are moving through the steps quickly, but you cannot find it in your heart to actually forgive, you just have to give yourself some time. Do not rush this process, because when it's time, you'll know when it's time. You'll know when you have to do what you have to do. But don't think of it as, something that you really have to do. Don't think of it as something that you want to rush, because you want it to take time. Everything, like flowers, it takes time for flowers to grow. And right now, you're just watering yourself, especially with all the crying, all those tears that's dropping, coming out of your eyes. I promise you, it's building up that water. So when it's time to start watering yourself, that flower that will grow, it will be so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. Keep watering yourself. Stay with that positive mindset, regardless of your situation. Regardless. That flower, that beautiful flower that's coming out and that's going to sprout, going to be so beautiful. Just know that this is your process. It's no one else's. It's you against you. It's you against who you were. It's the new you versus the old you. It's that new person that's coming from out of this journey. That person that's going to be so much mentally stable. So much is yet to come, for real. Once you reach that mindset, once you reach that different level to life that comes after healing, y'all. I'm not saying I'm fully healed myself, because God knows I'm not fully healed, but He knows where my heart is, and He knows the fact that I want to help other people that's going through similar things as me, because I know it's not easy. It really isn't. You really have mental breakdowns out of nowhere. That's why it's definitely not good to be drinking and stuff when you're going through things, especially like this, because in the end, it really is really not helping you. It's really not, if we're being honest. Whether or not you forgive the trauma right now or you forgive it later, this journey is about focusing on your mental health and focusing on you, focusing on making you a better version of yourself, focusing on the fact that you're doing the best that you can. So give yourself some credit, because you are in the beginning stages of healing. You are in that beginning stage of forgiving the trauma. And I admire the fact that you are actually trying. No matter how slow you may seem like you're trying. You're taking and you putting in the necessary steps it takes. Okay, my loves? Step number 5, being determined and the repairing. This is the step where you actually decide whether or not you want to forgive. If you say no, it's okay. Like I said, everything takes time. But if you continue to let the trauma affect who you are and you give it more access to you, where it's making you act out of emotions and it's making you act out of anger and bitterness, will keep bringing you down. It will keep holding you and keep putting you in those shackles and chains until you can't break it no more. But also keep you reliving those moments until you finally decide, until you finally know that in your heart that you're ready to do what you gotta do. Once you finally know that you want to turn that no into a yes, that is when it becomes a part of your testimony. That is when you can help others that has gone through your situation. You reach another level to yourself that you've never seen before. That's when you start to become your most truest form. That's when you start putting in the work. That is when you finally tell it to stop. That's when you tell it it's not going to stop you anymore. And once you command it, once you put that command out there that the situation will no longer affect you the way that it used to, oh my gosh, y'all, it's something about when it comes to you being in control. With you being in control with certain things that goes on in life. You take this journey with God or not, once you take control of that situation and once you command it that it no longer serve you no good in life, that it will no longer affect you, that it will no longer hold a toll on you, you'll know. And if you're saying yes, that you're ready to forgive, make sure you continue to use these steps. Make sure you continue coming back to these healing diaries, because I know sometimes, it'll just get thrown out the window. Your feelings, your emotions, everything. And that's why it's great for you to come back to these videos and to continue watching them. Watch them as much as you need to. This is our free zone to talk. This is our free space to let things be and to just let our emotions and just to become our truest forms of ourselves. And I love that for us, really. Use this as a way to help you let it go. Honestly, it takes you in your mindset. It takes you in your determination. It takes you. And lastly, it takes you, because I'm happy that you are committing to yourself now. That you're starting this journey. You are ready to be your most truest, authentic form of yourself, because we love transparency. This leads me to step number 6. Learn and forgive. Now that most of the work has already been done, now that you are starting to level up, it is important for you to learn along this journey. It is important for you to grow, actually understand, and for you to realize what it meant to you before versus what it meant to you now. To know the difference from how you were at the beginning of the journey. Once you finally get towards that end, once you start running in towards that finish line, you will be so totally different. And y'all, I want to be here to help feed your mind, to feed your soul, to feed everything, because along this journey, you need the right type of guidance. You need the right type of person that's giving you the advice that you need to hear versus what you want to hear. And we all need to hear what we need to hear and not what we want to hear. Because once we start hearing what we want to hear, we start becoming more delusional about it. But the delusional in a bad way. Also, you have to learn that sometimes you are forgiving for you. You're not forgiving for the other person. You are forgiving for you. You are understanding the fact that all you have is you sometimes. And all it takes is you. It takes you to do anything, honestly. It takes you to keep waking up each morning. It takes you to keep moving. It takes you to keep going forward in life. It takes you to let the cycle stop. It takes you to not let this burden hold you down anymore. And we love that. We love the fact that you're starting to dress up. We're loving the fact that you're starting to love yourself. We love the fact that you are starting to enhance your beauty. That's why self-care days are very important. Very important. That's why it's okay for you to spend some money on yourself. Buy some new clothes. Get dressed up. Go out. Whether it's you going out by yourself or, going out with family or going out with friends, We love the fact. We love the fact that you are investing in yourself. We love the fact that you're starting that business that you never thought you were going to start. We love the fact that you're starting your YouTube channel in case you're starting that channel. We love the fact that you just got a new job. You have to celebrate your small accomplishments along the way. We love the fact that you're actually letting it go. We love the fact that you're coming back out of your shell. We love the fact that you are coming out of that dark hole. We love the fact that you are working on you. We love the fact that you're being selfish in this season. You're being selfish because you want more of yourself. We love the fact that you're bringing yourself into a season of isolation where God can work on you. We love the fact that you kept going. We love the fact that you didn't let those negative things bring you down. I did all that to say, make this journey more about you. This journey is more about you than it is about anything or anyone else. It's about you reaching your full potential. That's my 6 steps for you to start the process of forgiving. Acknowledging the fact that you are hurt. 2, forgiving is not forgetting. 3, forgiveness is an action, it's not a feeling. 4, forgiveness is a process. 5, being determined and repairing yourself. 6, learn, forgive, grow. Now that I've presented to you these 6 steps, how does it make you feel? Were you being transparent with yourself? I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to be so brutally honest to yourself. Remember that life is short. You can't let your temporary storm affect the way that you see what you see when the storm stops. Every storm that will come towards you, it's always sunny days afterwards. Because all that water, all that rain, all those tears, all those long nights of you doing that is watering yourself. Once you get to those sunshine and rainbows, it's time for a beautiful flower to sprout. Each day is worth living for. You have to find those positive things in life. You have to find those people that keep you motivated. You have to find those people that challenge you to be better in life. I really hope my healing diaries help you along this journey, because not every day is easy. Not every day is easy. So, yes, I love y'all.